Is autonomous planning feasible for all companies of all sizes, or do you need to start with a certain level of digital maturity?
That's a great question. We get that asked a lot. It's absolutely feasible to achieve this for all companies of all sizes and all levels of digital maturity. Some of our customers have started this journey with just a bunch of Excel sheets and manual processes. And on the other hand, some of the larger enterprise customers already had planning systems in place, but they were operating in silos and still making manual adjustments on the outputs of each and every system. So by integrating all of these steps, we can create an end-to-end digital process, a single source of truth, and make decisions faster and more agile. So the answer is yes. Anyone at different levels of maturity.
Yes, and yeah, I mean, and that sounds great. I guess the big question then becomes, I'm sure every company loves to hear that, but how do you go about achieving this?
So it's a journey, of course, something like this doesn't just happen overnight, and it doesn't just happen in one step. We go through 3 steps. We call them digital, intelligent, and autonomous. So in the digital step, we integrate all the data sources to consolidate data on our platform, our cloud platform. Of course, while doing this, you need to consider the operational realities of the business as well as commercial rules agreed with the suppliers, so planners don't have to adjust the results continuously. So this means getting data that influence all of these decisions, real time or near real time. And that data basically includes sales data, inventory data, open orders, as well as master data for products, including their attributes, shelf lives, especially for fresh and ultra fresh, that's super important, or exit dates for fashion products, assortment at each locations, fulfillment location or store or channel. If we're doing production, then bill of materials for manufacturing or kit assembly. And the master data related to locations where inventory is held, and of course the vendor data or the supplier data, including lead times, minimum order quantities, delivery schedules, and any other additional operational constraints like resource plans, capacities, or planned promotions are usually typical internal data. And then we also use external data as well. Depending on the industry, the types of external data might vary. In some industries, it's weather. In e-commerce, it's website traffic or clicks or social media data. So we can basically consolidate internal and external data to create that digital backbone. Also in this step, what's important is to address the data quality issues and ensure that the data comes in clean and stays clean. So to do that, we implement master data diagnostics to assess the fullness, quality, and the consistency of the data received every day. And in addition, we set up the KPI dashboards and the control towers to start measuring the key supply chain KPIs, such as excess inventory and stock out. So that's the first step of going digital, right? You get all the data and you start measuring, what that data is telling you. Next, we start working on the intelligent layer, during which we normalize the incoming sales data for stockouts, promotions, special days, any kind of event that might have biased the sales data and that might kind of pollute the baseline forecast. And we then layer on top what's going to influence the forecast going ahead. So again, weather or promotions or special days. And then we configure the forecasting engine and learning models, machine learning models, to provide the forecast as well as predictive alerts and start measuring the demand and supply variability, which then is used to set optimal inventory targets. And in the final autonomous planning step, now using everything that we've built so far, including the forecast and any inputs provided by the business, we provide recommendations for inventory targets, allocation, replenishment, procurement, production, fulfillment, and transportation every day, subject to all the business objectives and constraints and operational realities. And so in this loop, basically, the responsibilities of the planners evolve into making sure that the system knows what they're trying to achieve. So in terms of objectives, right? And also making sure that the data going into the system is clean and consistent. And anything that's going on in the supply chain, be it disruptions or special events, are also maintained. And basically, they also manage the service level targets for the company, right? There might be different groups of products that they want to make available at a higher probability than others. So they put in their service level targets and say, okay, for my, segment A, I want to achieve 99% availability, and for segment B, it's 95%. So inputs like these are maintained by the planners, while the system is giving optimal recommendations, taking into consideration all of these goals, objectives, and constraints.